Hi everyone. Welcome to Confessions of a Reluctant Entrepreneur. And if you know me personally, you know that I'm always early, but look, I was only a few seconds early. It is now 10:30. Yay! And I put on lipstick for this money talk. Why? Well, I'm worried to talk about money in public. Here's the thing. Socially, especially in Canada, or I find especially amongst my family and my friends, we don't talk about money too much. You don't sit around the dinner table and say, "Oh, hey, how much did you make this week? Like, what do you make?" People just don't talk about it. Even if you're struggling, if you need money, you might have that serious conversation with family or friends at some point if you need some help, but it's just not a regular conversation. And there's two reasons for this, actually. So my partner and I were talking about this after someone had jumped into my inbox and asked me what I was making, to which I got my back up right away. I think the reason that people don't talk about money is that either A, they are embarrassed by how little they make, or they're embarrassed by how much they make. So often it's just a thing you don't really need to know exactly how much someone is making, and it's a very private conversation, and it's a very rude question to ask here. So learning to talk about money in public and open up about my own issues, my own things with money has been is an interesting challenge. And I even tried to do my 2-minute quick chat on my business page earlier this morning, and I got nervous because I knew I had to do this talk after. I put lipstick on for it, guys. Lipstick. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to jump in, even though I'm realizing my lighting is pretty terrible today. It's pretty gray outside, and sometimes this works better. Sometimes it doesn't. So here I am. Hopefully it works. I'm now seeing a bright circle. Okay, let me find my notes here. Money mindset. So everyone has a relationship with money, and you can call it whatever you want, but it starts from a very young age and develops over time. And some of it's learned from when we were younger, and then some of it's developed as we grow. And for me, I always believed, so I'm just going to go in to share one of my negative limiting beliefs surrounding money. And it was funny to me yesterday as I wrote this, how quickly and easily it still flowed. And I'm 42, and so I guess it makes sense that even though I've been working on this money mindset now for a few years, that it would still be there. So, wanting to have money is selfish, dirty, and greedy. When you strive for money, it makes you a terrible person. If all you care about is money, aka it's just one of your goals, you are a contributor to all of the evil in the world. You are one of them, one of the worst kind, a greedy, selfish asshole. So for me, my whole life, I always felt like if I did good things in the world, then money would come. I would just be taken care of. No, that doesn't always happen. What that actually led to was being burnt out, having no savings, being in a ton of debt, and actually leaving the thing that I really loved to do, which was dancing, because I was combining dance movement therapy, doing a bunch of volunteer work, giving a bunch of time, and then also working as a bartender. And I really didn't want to. I was 37. I was heading into my 40s, and I really didn't want to bartend anymore. Nothing wrong with it. I just was tired and it wasn't for me. So I realized when I started my own business that I needed to understand and learn more about money, but it wasn't right away. And so the way that this money mindset has affected my business is that here's the big confession, why this is called Confessions of a Reluctant Entrepreneur. I have never done a budget. This way of thinking about money has me dealing with money like it's hot potato. So it's like, I'm not a bad person. I don't need to have this. Here, you have it. You take it. I'm going to pay it out to you. Or I'm going to, I get a little bit of money and it goes onto a bill, or it goes to to buy something or whatever it is, it's like a hot potato. I don't want to be an evil, bad person, so take it away. And the way that money, say if money is energy and responding from the universe comes back to me, it says, oh, okay, well, you don't want me, then I'm going to go away. So my big goal for myself over the next few months is to learn more about money and create a budget for myself. So that's the first lesson. How many of you started your business and didn't have a budget? I'd love to hear from you if that's you. And I'd also love to hear from you if you think that's crazy. It's probably crazy. So that's number one. But another huge way that that money mindset affected me is in asking for what I'm worth. Now, in the beginning, sure, some of my asking for lower pay and not asking for the amount that I should have been asking for had to do with being new and really just wanting to get experience. And I think that's fine in the beginning. I think if you jump to charging too much, that you can have this weird energy of like, I think it's good to start at a lower pace and then branch out and get bigger as you feel good about getting bigger. So I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee. All right. So what it did was really affect the way I charged. And again, that didn't make for a viable business model because I wasn't taking into account how much, people had these monthly goals and I'm like, well, I can't really have a monthly goal. If I get a client, I get a deposit and then it goes here and then I keep going and I keep working. And so there wasn't enough pay between getting the client and then coming to the end of the project and actually making the rest of the money. So the deposit doesn't sustain me through the time it takes to complete the project. And because a book is a big project, it takes a lot of time. It's at least a 3-month commitment, not a full-time commitment, but at least 10 hours a week. If you're doing a chapter a week, there's not a lot of time for some other work. So you have to just factor in where the money is coming from. And then you also have to ask for what you're worth. And so I would get on these calls and I'd say, oh, I charge this much. No, that's not going to instill confidence. So money mindset, if you think it's not affecting your business, it really, really is. And it's affecting it in a lot of different ways. There was a man who I think on my feed. He's a coach and his post was something about if you're not making 10K a month, it's a hobby. I don't necessarily agree with that actually at all. And I think it's insulting, but I can't respond to him because his response back would be, well, clearly you're not making 10K a month. So I'll wait until I'm making 10K a month and then I'll respond back and say, that business that I've been running for 3 years, not making 10K a month, that was not a hobby because it's my passion and I work at it every day and I work at it at least 40 to 50 hours a week. So that's definitely more than just a hobby. And so there's another thing to do with the money mindset that for me has to do with this value judgment on how well your business is doing based on the amount of money that you're making. And I get it. This society runs on money. We do run on money. But I don't think that you can say your business is doing badly if you're not quite making it yet. I think that everything is about growth. And so the value judgment should be that thing where you look back to where you were. Like if you want to take a 6-month or a year and go, well, where was I at this point, at this time, a year ago, and look at your growth. And that is where your value judgment comes in. And then you come to your budget and go, okay, what do I need to make this viable? Not everybody needs a 10K month. I know it's this weird goal in the coaching community to 6-figure 10K a month. And I think it's a good goal. Great goal to have, but it's just random. I don't like random financial goals. So learning about budget. And next week, I'm going to report back to you about what I understand about budget. And for today's writing, I'm going to do two more things. For today's writing, I want you to go in and write out, I love money and money loves me. And I want you to write out why you are grateful to money. Money provides you with a lot of things, and I know it's not everything, but so for me right now, if I were to give you three things that I am grateful for money today, it is this computer that I can do my work on, grow my business on. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to have this piece of technology that allows me to do the things that I do. You know what bought that money? Money allowed for its creation. The second thing that I am grateful for is my freedom. Money does give freedom. It provides freedom to live in this country that is free, and also the freedom to do things that you want to do. So my mistake in thinking that money would come if I did good things, it's actually the other way around. I think you can do more good things with money. It gives you the freedom to do more, to do things bigger, to be bigger than you are. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you more of what you already are. So if you're a good person, then you'll just be more of a good person. So yes, write about three things. And I said I was going to give you three, and I gave you two. And so the third one that I am grateful for is my education, which, yes, money paid for. So I'm very grateful to have all those three things, and much, much more as well. But those are the three things that I believe today that I'm grateful for, money-wise. So write out those three things. Tell money why you love it. I love money. Money loves me. And then the last one is I've been pulling oracle cards lately from this set. It's called The Answer is Simple. And there are a few different ways that you can work with them. But today I just pulled one card. And the question I asked was, how should I approach my work today with this card? And it was really funny. Sometimes these cards are just on point. And it was, be patient. And for me, that is so important because sometimes I get very like, why isn't it working yet? I want it to work now. I've been working so hard, blah, 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 blah. And that's how I felt yesterday. So this card is appropriate for me, and I'm going to read it to you in case you need to hear this today. And it is, the physical universe vibrates at a slower pace than the mental one does. Therefore, although it may appear that your spirit's desire is far away at this very moment, this isn't actually true. Rather, it's in the process of coming into realization. Simply be patient and know that the universe is in cooperation with your beautiful spirit, is working on your behalf. Just as the hidden roots of a plant are grounded, fed by Mother Earth long before the flower buds and opens into bloom, so too is your divine creation in the process of becoming a reality. So quiet your impatient ego and just keep going. All right, today, that is the end of the Confessions of a Reluctant Entrepreneur. I would love to hear your thoughts on money mindset, some of your tricks, your tips, your tricks, what you do, what you write out. I love affirmations. I've been working with them, I think, consistently for about 6 months now. And I've recently got 2 guided hypnoses on rotation that I work with as well. That's me. That's today. Have a really great day, everyone. And I will see you tomorrow, 10:30, same time, to talk more, give you more confessions from the Reluctant Entrepreneur.